Hi,
Hello.
I'm Emi, and I'm playing MJ.
Nathan Bois-McDonald, and I'm playing Harry Osborn.
Yes.
Here we are,
Here we
actors on actors. Bienvenido.
Bienvenido.
Off the top, I know that you trained at Dawson College in acting during your cinema
Yeah.
studies.
Yeah.
With one of my teachers,
Yes.
Mike Hughes.
I love him.
Are there any of his teachings that you have kept with you to this day?
That's actually a really good question.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought there was something about this ability that he has to just step into physicalities
Yeah.
that I would admire so much, because he would kind of direct a scene. He did Mary Page Marlowe, which was a really good play. And he would step into a character at any age, any gender, and just become it.
Yeah.
And that was really shocking to me. And the thing that he wanted to challenge me was really like stepping into the confidence of that physicality. So you have a really difficult scene, the one with the boss.
Yeah.
And I remember I had a really hard time kind of being present and confident in my body. That's not normally what I gravitate towards naturally,
Yeah.
like with touch, with initiating things. And he kind of was like, okay, well, don't try to force that. Do it how you would do it within the character. And I find that that's been a really good way for me to kind of channel confidence. Even on this production,
Yeah.
MJ is very unapologetic. She's
Yeah.
confident. She's flirty. I'm not like that as much. I can't walk up to someone and be like, hey, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. Takes me a few minutes. So yeah. What about
But
you?
are you enjoying playing with that?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think it's strange sometimes playing like the romantic interest, if that makes sense. I think sometimes you can get aware of how you're being perceived, because a lot of the times as the female interest you're supposed to look a certain way, and there's certain connotations with your role.
Is that something that you've realized as a director, a writer, a producer? Like, do you feel that pressure because you have so many points of view on what the project should look like, what your vision is like?
I mean, I think so. I think to a degree the director brain always ends up taking over. So I'm really thinking of the beats that I want happening and the tone of the scene. But at the same time, that like insecurity of an actor never really does go away. So that kind of brings me back to how that advice has helped me kind of embrace it and not question my role in this project and be like, okay, I'm MJ.
Yeah.
I'm worthy of whatever this character is experiencing. What about you? What's your favorite Mike moment?
Oh, man. He has a way of communicating with everybody involved in the project at their level.
Yeah.
And reaching them where they are at that moment, not imposing his vocabulary, not trying to push them in a direction that they're not ready or willing to go to. I think that that's something that's helped me communicate with my scene partners.
Yeah.
Just to see like where we're going and how they're feeling.
Yeah.
And probably also understanding that it takes time to get into character. It takes time to understand what my character's like. It takes time to do the homework. Like, that's not something that I ever considered when I started acting. But if I want to have fun with my scene partners, I need to trust that I've done all the work.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, at home. I know what's going on in the scene. I know where I'm going with it. And I know that I have lots of different propositions. But if I don't do that work, then I'm working extra time. And I don't have the opportunity just to focus on, like, who am I playing with?
No, I agree. I
where
think
they're at.
It's so much harder to let go and be present in a scene when you don't really know like the direction you're going, and you don't do that work. To me, I guess, at least with my method, I like playlists. I like writing from my character's perspective. I really like engrossing myself into the world. I like getting ready as if I am them and kind of coming onto set with that baggage that they might have.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But without that, a lot of the time, I find that the panic just takes over, because I know that if it's a project that's not my own, I know the director's going to want something of me, but I don't know if I'm going to be free to be able to deliver it because I don't know who I even am.
I'm curious, because you're wearing so many hats on this project, what are you learning about balancing that? Because we have grown up in a generation where we have a lot of like role models of multifaceted creators. Like off the top of my head, I'm thinking of like Seth Rogen. I'm thinking of Donald Glover. These are like super prolific, multifaceted artists who have found a way to expand their careers in so many different directions, and yet they always seem like they're present in the projects that they're doing. So what's that been like for you?
It's what I hope to achieve, but I think the most important way to try to get in that direction is having a really good team. I think half of the struggle is finding a cast and crew that gets that vision and equally cares about it as much. Because yes, you could try to put all of your eggs in those baskets and really fight for it to become what you want it to be, but without people that care to the same degree, it's just not going to happen. Like it won't. It's kind of like in theater in a sense. Like a production can be made or break by like the ensemble. Like that is so important. And people really negate that at times, and they think, well, oh, this is the lead of our film, so they're carrying the film. But it comes down to every single crew member's desire to be there and their motivations too. Yeah,
so the fact that you get to find people to work with that you get along with, that allow you to maybe take a little bit of a load off of some of your roles, at least when you're on set. Acting, that seems to be really helpful.
Yeah, like I'd say for sure, like meeting our assistant director Noah was like a really pivotal moment in the film. For me, at least, it felt like a giant like weight off of my shoulders. I remember after like the first time we had her on set, like I was like, Jonathan, if I talk about her, I'm gonna start crying because it's making my life so much easier. And like her commitment to the project, like things like that are just so integral to MJ being who she is, because she is such a strong character and she goes through so many beats. Like we have some really intense moments together. There's a lot going on, and I think it's really hard to focus on bringing that to set if I'm worried about the schedule, this is gonna happen, and it can be difficult. I actually was wondering, because Jonathan and I are like major Spider-Man fans, and we're major nerds, so our process into kind of getting into this role was different. So what was it like for you? I
think I heard Harrison Ford talk about his way into like playing Red Hulk, because he's not a huge comic book person. Like that's not his thing. But I felt very similarly in that I liked the people who are involved in the project. You guys seemed like you were having a lot of fun, and I wanted to be around that. So for me, that was my in, for sure. And just seeing the comic book store scene, I was like, yeah, okay.
Really?
I see where they're going with this movie, and of course, I want more experience. But I also want to build experience with people that I see myself working with down the line. Like creating these connections is crucial for me. Like I want to know that I'm surrounded by people my age that are at a similar point in their careers that are interested in creating, because that's the essence of where I want to go with my life, for sure. I think when I came out of theater school, I was really obsessed with networking vertically, trying to get in touch with people that were at, like, places in their career that I might be in 10 years or 20 years, I don't know. But like just saying that I've talked to this person or that they know who I am. And I'm like, that's cool. And I want to do a bit of that too, because you never know what might come from that, or you never know, it could be like one little piece of advice that really like helps me move forward. But I've understood more and more that networking horizontally with people that are where I'm at and who equally want to contribute to the arts world, like, I think that's where the best relationships are forged. And then you move on from there, right? Because you never know in 15 years where one person might be.
Do you like networking though?
I love networking. Yeah, I do. I felt initially, once again, when I started taking networking seriously, like it was a burden. Like I needed to go talk to everybody, but you can feel that energy.
Yeah.
And I could feel that it wasn't in the right place either. So I think when I go to industry events now, or I go out and I reach out to someone and I actively ask them for something, it comes from a genuine place of just like, I'm curious and I want to know who you are, where you're at, and not like, what can I get from you?
Yeah.
Because you can feel that right away from someone. And I find that it doesn't lead to the type of relationships that I want. And often it doesn't give me anything other than a feeling that like I'm not doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah. I think networking it's something I enjoy. Like, I always love meeting people that I admire or that I want to work with. But in the same regards, I do think that sometimes if I think about it too hard, I have like a tough relationship with feeling the need to like prove myself, especially as an actress.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, like, I'm cool, so you should want to cast me, and not like, if only as artists, like, I think you get this whether you're behind the camera or in front, if only it was just, I can make this because somehow I have the money to pick the projects I want to be a part of.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately the end goal. But there's like a certain point I find that where we're at, where it's very like, I'm trying to find the words. I guess I want to do these things so badly, but sometimes you wish it was like a little bit easier, that you could just do those things instead of the marketing aspects.
Yeah, there's way more business behind creating art than what I would have imagined. Like,
yeah, me too. It's shocking.
Before getting into it. But I think there's also a lot of value in understanding that if you're creating, if you're doing what you like, you're already there, you know, because there's a lot of pressure. If you're trying, like you said, to impress people, then you might actually prevent yourself from creating anything, because you're always going to be questioning whether what you're making is good enough for those people, when at the end of the day, you're not making it for them, right?
Yeah.
Like, if they see it and they like it, all the better. But that's not at the forefront, right? That's not why you're making the Outstanding Spider-Man. You're not like, I'm making this because this person's going to see it, right? That can be in the back of your mind, and it can come through, and you can want to show it to people that are, you know, established in the industry. And I'm sure you will, as you have planned in your post-production phase. But like, at the core of it, right now, like the work that we're putting into it, that's just all you and your collaborators.
Yeah, I just genuinely want, like, regardless of if it gets 2 views or a few thousand, I really want to just walk away from this project and be proud of it. And be like, okay, I'm happy with my performances.
And what's at the essence of that pride? You know, what are you going to be proud only once you see the final product and you're like, okay, this is enough? Or are there some check marks along the way that allow you to get there?
There's like little moments of gratitude, like every time we're on set, or even if a scene is just like shown to me that's really, really good, then Jonathan is like, oh, I did this, and I'm like, oh yes, this is great. But I just think those little moments of connections between the character that I'll like show to people in the script, and then they're like, oh, this really touched me, this resonated with me. Like, those are the moments I chase after as an actor. Allowing people to feel something, but also to feel it myself in that experience. Like, a lot of the time when I write a scene, like, I will literally be grimacing or smiling, or like I'm acting out the scene. I'm feeling it. And I think there's something so powerful about acting and performing that you're just collectively experiencing
Mm-hmm.
someone or something. And I think that happens on set or on stage, which actually leads me to what I wanted to ask you, because you started in theater.
Mm-hmm.
How much of theater do you bring to on a film set? Because it's so different.
Yeah, the scale in terms of what people can perceive is different.
Mm-hmm.
The best way that I had it explained to me was your impulses and the way you approach building that world and interacting in it is the same.
Yeah.
You're acting, you're understanding the circumstances you're playing in. But if you're on stage, someone needs to hear and see you who's like 50 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to make that accessible for them.
Yeah.
Whereas on camera, you can bring that back so much because you need to do very little for those same impulses to be communicated, since like the camera sees everything.
Yeah.
Which is terrifying, but I think the more you get used to it, the more you kind of can fall into that. It's allowed acting to... Where did I hear this? I'm like, I'm not even... It's not an original thought. I just remember hearing an actor describe camera acting as like the best thing that's happened to acting in so long, because you're able to strip everything away, all the artifice, you know, even though it's just like lights and makeup and costume and everything, but at its essence, like, it's definitely revealing.
Are you able to look at the monitor or no? Like, can you see yourself?
Can I see myself
on set?
Yeah, for sure. I haven't had the opportunity on this project very
Yeah,
much.
I don't let people much, because I don't know. I find a lot of time people will get in their heads, but you don't?
I mean, I'm from the newest generation of actors who audition for most projects via self-tape. So I see myself act all the time. And I'm like playing off of my reactions and understanding where I'm going and seeing maybe some habits I get into all the time. So I'm not put off by it. Some people even self-tape by like putting their camera facing them.
Oh.
How do you know when you're done shooting a sequence or a scene? Because making a feature film is so huge, and you've got a lot of footage to get. So when you know it's time to just move on, like when you know, okay, we've gotten enough out of this scene.
When I get that gut feel, like, it's just a sense of calm.
Okay.
It's a sense of, like, I don't need anything else. I'm so performance-based, so I know that can annoy crew, because they're like, oh, I want to try it one more time, get a little more clean, and I'm like, no. It's okay. Just because I think the aspect of film that I admire the most is really capturing those intimate moments that you were talking about, and seeing every little micro-expression, and if I feel that was conveyed in a way that represents these characters that John and I are trying to build, I know it's okay. And I tend to do a lot of takes. I know that there are a lot of directors that will do like 1 to 2. It really depends on the degree of the scene and the intensity and what I'm looking for. But sometimes the actor will give me something that I completely didn't think of at all. And I'm like, okay, that's it. That's what I wanted. Sometimes I just want to be surprised. Sometimes I want to be moved. Sometimes I want to be a little pissed off, you know?
Yeah.
But if I get the emotion behind the camera that I want the audience to feel, I have to trust to a certain degree that it will translate. I also sometimes during takes, like, I don't actually like to look at the monitor a lot.
Okay.
Even when, like, I watch it like it's a play, I look at the actors and then I look at the crew's reaction.
Okay.
Almost like it's a screen test. Like I'm watching it go down. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah. One last question. I'm curious, how do you and Jonathan co-write?
It's interesting. So it depends on the kind of scene, because we have like characters that we feel more at home with. So I do a lot of Harry.
Okay.
I do a lot of MJ. He's really good with Dennis and Peter and Ben. I do a lot of May's little isms. And a lot of the time it's kind of like one of us will lay like the groundwork of the scene of what we want to happen. We outline the plot, and then the other one leaves notes, edits, suggests alternate lines. And it's strange because normally like collaborative writing is like a really tricky thing because you're like balancing tone, but I think it's just because the characters are so established in our heads.
Yeah.
And we did so much work in pre-production really just figuring out who they are and what they do that we really nailed it down, so it's pretty symbiotic at that point. We're constantly editing each other's work, and there's times where I'll like go on and I'm like, no, my line, but it's really about like letting go of that ego and just kind of focusing on
the project as a whole.
Yeah, and like what we've built. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Are we done? Do you want us to be done?
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Well, that was Actors on Actors. I'm Nathan Bois-McDonald, and this is
Emi Martinez-Zalce. Thank you for watching, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Something Great Films, and subscribe to our YouTube.
And if you'd like to support this project, follow the link in our bio.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.